Hello, and welcome to The Art Will Not Be Changing. I'm Christian DeMatteo, co-founder of Fugitive Poems, fugitivepoems.com, putting out a lot of controversial stuff lately. I actually should have one of those to show you right now. Here we go. So I'll bring that up in a second. We've got a really cool show tonight. We're going to be talking about the TERRIFICON comic convention that happened in Connecticut a few weeks ago. With two awesome comic creators, Elijah Joseph and Stephen Beccia. And we'll be talking about the hustle of getting your indie comics out there, and also about the weird habits that writers have, picadillos and such, just because I like saying picadillos. We have sent out, look at this cover. Isn't this beautiful? No, that's a protective covering. We have sent out all copies of Blood Valkyrie in Vegas, and it has shocked and awed across the globe. I have had all kinds of people responding with, wow, you went there, you did that. And it wasn't me, it was the artist, Alex Zapata. Just because he was doing precisely the foulness that I required, it doesn't mean it's my fault at all. This book is nonstop action, horror, violence, and a bit of sex. A good bit of sex, a 2-page spread of sex. It is Grindhouse, and it's a damn good time, and you can get it at fugitivepoems.com. I recommend it highly because I wrote it. But Alex Zapata knocked it out of the park with the art. We had Doug Wood doing the flatting. We had Tom Lynott on the lettering, and it is a beautiful one-shot. It's the size of a comic, a large comic issue, and it is a one-shot. You get the whole story right there. It's nothing like you've seen before. I'm really, really proud of it. Some people I know can't look at me anymore. So that's out there. I also wanted to say, I don't know when it's going to be available for purchase online, but Zona del Male has come out from Daniel G. Wilson. And I have a story with Kenneth Fontano in this book that also has a fair amount of nudity and violence, called Albino Satanists in Hell. And I'm pretty damn proud of it. It was the only 2 pages I can show on YouTube. There's a lot of great stories in this book, including a number written by Daniel himself. And it's really a great time. As soon as it's up for sale online, we will share that with you. Before I go any further, I want to talk about our music. The awesome jingle. It's not a jingle at all. The theme to our opening is done by C Notes. That's his link tree right there. Incredible, brilliant producer and musician, coming up with all kinds of wild stuff. Really cannot recommend C Notes highly enough if you have music needs. And yeah, so Blood Valkyrie in Vegas. Oh, that's wrong. Not live on Kickstarter. It's on fugitivepoems.com. We've got some great stuff tonight, so let's jump into it. I'm going to bring to the stage Elijah Joseph. Hello, Elijah.
Hello, I'm one of the people who can no longer look at you, Christian. I can't believe you've done that with Blood Valkyrie. No, I'm just kidding. Congrats, man. It looks awesome.
No, I get that a lot. And then Stephen Beccia.
I cannot look.
Yeah. We had somebody who's been a fan of ours for years, unsubscribed from our newsletter today. And my only possible thought is he has just received Blood Valkyrie in Vegas.
This is not for me. And I was the person who's unsubscribed, so I apologize.
Yeah.
He must have opened up. He must have opened up to page 8, where there's a bunch of penises, and
yeah, page 8, 9, 10, 11.
Exactly.
Or as the kids are saying now with the meme, 6, 7. Have you guys heard that yet? Or do you not have kids that age?
I do not have kids at all. So
you think?
So I think so many nights blackout drunk. I'm sorry, Stephen.
I banned 6, 7 just today at school because I do part-time sub, And these kids come, they were like 6'7", 6'7", and I'm like, no. You say 6'7", and I'm gonna bench you, because I was teaching gym today, and so I was being a hard ass.
8 better come after it, okay? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it stop there. There needs to be more.
My buddy Katz, that reminds me, I need to unsubscribe from the newsletter. We've got the great and powerful Luke Henderson here. And I love that the main villain was insert. The resemblance is uncanny. Yeah, I think that Alex did that on purpose, and I liked it so much that in the advertising I put that image next to my name. Let's see if I can find there's a great panel of him delightfully licking. Oh, well, actually, this will do right here. Yeah, there he is.
Excellent. Wow.
That is
the resemblance is uncanny or very canny.
So then Luke also said, I can 100% believe did that. It's my name that throws people, and it's unexpected. Luke, Dave, hello. Glad to have you guys here. Let's jump in. So a couple of weeks ago, almost a month ago now, we did TERRIFICON. TERRIFICON is one of the biggest East Coast comic shows. Obviously, New York Comic Con dwarfs everything.
Yeah.
But TERRIFICON is really a big deal. And it was our Fugitive Poems' third time being there. Had a great time with it. And I got to meet for the first time both Elijah and Stephen. Stephen and I have been working together for a while now, and we had never met in person. Right. And I'd hoped not to break that streak, but no. But it was so cool getting to meet Stephen. And Elijah was there too, who I've talked to for a long time on the Comic Jam, thecomicjam.com, Discord, amazing. Thecomicjam.medium.com, if memory serves. Every week, brand new one-page comics on a different theme. Casey Allen is my man, the editor-in-chief there, and he does an amazing job. So Elijah and I got to meet, and I get to see Elijah's work. His great book, Print is Not Dead, which is going to be shipping shortly. If am I right about that?
You're right. It's also up for pre-order on Amazon. I say Amazon like that because I am pretentious, I guess. I don't like Target, Yeah.
So, and it'll also be available. They can go to Elijah Joseph Books.
No, that's actually Hey Comics. That's YouTube, but Hey Comics with 2 Y's is where
right under his name.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Right there.
So that Hey Comics with 2 Y's .com. This is such a cool book. Elijah, tell us a little bit about what it is for those who didn't see the previous episode.
So Print is Not Dead, and I'm not surprised you didn't see the previous episode. I'm not a big draw these days, but it's basically a comic anthology written by myself, inspired by like Stephen King short story collections and manga digests that I grew up reading, but it's not just horror, it's action, sci-fi, fantasy, comedy, a little bit of everything for everyone, I like to say. And as well, it was illustrated by over 20 artists from all around the world. Pretty much each story is illustrated by a different artist, and it was a labor of love. Took too long. I'm so happy to hold it in my hand somewhere around here, but it's really cool.
Don't do that. Last time you did that, you ripped the page.
I ripped the page. It was from a mock-up, so it was okay.
So that is Elijah Joseph, and his book Print is Not Dead, which I got to hold in my hands and at the con. It was really, really cool to get to see this book. And then Mr. Stephen Beccia, who I've worked with for a long time. I'm the editor on the Dirty Living series, which is his and Ryan Santos's baby. If you've checked and not unsubscribed to our newsletter, this week is last week, I think, 2 weeks ago was an interview with Stephen Beccia, and this week is an interview with Ryan Santos, the artist on Dirty Living. It's a fascinating book, and Stephen is an incredible writer, and as I got to know about him and Elijah, both wonderful human beings. Stephen, could you tell us a little bit about Dirty Living?
I used to say it's kind of like The Departed meets Reanimator. That was my quick pitch, right? But it's taken off in all sorts of directions. I mean, it's about an honest somewhat honest cop that's fighting against the mob, some supernatural stuff in Boston, and he's, of course, the police force is corrupt, so he's got all sorts of elements fighting against him, and on top of it all, there's this crazy bitch that's trying to kill him, and
Crazy sexy bitch.
Crazy sexy bitch. Yeah. I call her the sexy stalker assassin. And, it was great. I just finished writing the fifth issue, and there's some great stuff in there that I've really kind of dug in with her, and some other sexy stuff. And so there'll be some nudity in this issue coming up on the fifth issue.
There is. Mark Capitelli, our senior editor and bigwig at Fugitive Poems, wrote it. It has a life its own now, Dr. Frankenstein, and he's absolutely right. I think it's so cool that you. I think it's so cool that you had a way of describing it that isn't quite accurate anymore, because that really says something about how this thing is evolving. Ryan must have used the word evolving 3 or 4 times in our interview. Yeah. And I thought about that, and I thought we've got to teach him more words. But he's also right. This is absolutely an evolution of a story. Every issue takes it, I was going to say it takes it in a new direction. No, it takes a new turn in the direction it's going. Right. It's on topic, it's on theme, but it's badass, and it's surprising, and it's shocking, and you don't know where it's going to go. It's this mix of the fantastic, horror fantastic, and noir, and it's meshing together beautifully and perfectly. I have a problem, which is that I'm usually an issue or 2 ahead because I'm reading the scripts. So every time Ryan's drawing something, I'm like, wait, where's that's next issue. I want to see that now too. October 6th, ladies and gentlemen, issue 4 comes out right now. You can go to fugitivepoems.com, click on Dirty Living, and get issues 1, 2, and 3 for only $2.99. You get them instantly. You have them in your account. You can read them on fugitivepoems.com, which is the only way at the moment to get Dirty Living. Mm-hmm. And then on October 6th, issue 4 is going to drop. And I've read issue 5, and it's badass. This is an incredible story working an incredible arc. So tell me a little bit, Elijah, why don't you start us out? This was your first Terrificon, wasn't it?
It was my first Terrificon, and honestly, I was very nervous going into it. I dropped probably a little bit too much money. I in my video, I did, like I said, I dropped $1,000 around that. Including table and all the merchandise and stuff. And it was very scary, but as soon as I, got into the flow of it, it went way better than, I could have imagined. And I really got a bug for it and just met a lot of cool people. It was just like a bunch of, my people, a bunch of nerds that I got to, shoot the shit with and then make money on top of that. So that was always a plus. Yeah, it was really awesome.
It really is like the best kind of business hang.
Yeah,
you get to do business and hopefully make as much money as you can, while being surrounded by people that are like you, that have your same interests for the most part. A couple of people that walk by that I can tell we have nothing in common, and I'm a little frightened. But people that have your same interests, and people who are creators as well. I can't tell you how glad I am when a con visitor comes who's also a creator, and we get to talk writing and whatnot. Stephen, before you talk about your experience, you mentioned earlier, I'm sitting here drinking one of my favorite whiskeys in the world, Joe Got a Gun. Absolutely delicious. If you can find it, get it. It's so smooth and so tasty. You said you had a new bottle of something. What do you got there?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have from McAfee Brothers Benchmark. It is single barrel, 95 proof, and from Kentucky. Let's see. I'm gonna crack it open. I went for something cheap, and I like to try new stuff from time to time. So I got one frosty nugget in the glass.
I'm sort of hoping this is terrible, and we watch
you throw up everywhere. Great content.
You'll find that on page 11 in the next issue.
Watch to the end of the podcast. You'll see.
that's not bad for $26.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Approved.
This is generally around 32, so I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, I Benchmark is not really expensive. It's actually below Evan Williams for price point. But this is pretty good. It's pretty good. Anyway.
Luke, the Frosty Nugget is certainly words that were just set together.
Yeah, exactly. The Frosty Nugget. See,
wait, isn't that the name of one of the strip clubs at Dirty Living?
it is now.
It is now. It definitely should be.
You're gonna find that at the back of a church. The Frosty Nugget.
Oh God.
Sorry.
So
No, I'm going right in. Don't apologize.
What was your Terrificon experience, Steven?
I had a great time. Of course, meeting you guys, meeting a lot of great people. Keith was there, Johnny and his coffee, which was great because he did some special stuff there with the coffee. He made a special batch for us at the table.
Yes, very important. I love a lot to look at this beer.
Yeah, it's like $3. Yeah, I too like to ball out on my beverages. Yes, and at such a lower proof as well. So
yeah. I met some, so I actually had a little conversation with Billy Zane and just a few other stars that I just ran into, and I was kind of cool too. But the whole experience, it's you're just kind of like in your own environment where you have people that get you and you get them, and it's a good place to make friends and make connections, and yeah, that's about it. I mean, of course, and then I was next to the great illustrator artist Ryan, who is just blows my mind. And the thing about Ryan is he sits there and he's not even looking up. He's just doing his thing. And people come to the table. Hey, he's such a great guy.
And he's working the whole time. He's doing all these commissions.
Yeah.
He's sitting there having a full conversation with you while he draws something inexplicably amazing.
Yeah.
And like no pauses, very little erasing. I was so impressed. He was working the whole time. And people, meanwhile, without a sales pitch, are walking up to him and handing him money because all the shit on his table is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ryan is an incredible artist and also a wonderful human being. And I'd met Ryan at Terrificon 4 years ago, and that's what started 4 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Almost 5 now. The process of getting Dirty Living as part of Fugitive Poems. Yeah. Ryan gave me the ash can for it, and I was blown away. But we were doing a whole bunch of stuff, and Steven kept pinging me and reminding me, and we got it together with our first produced comic with the team that we wanted the most, which is really, really cool. So what was we talked about Ryan just sitting there and getting handed money. Elijah, what's your technique at the table to grab and kidnap people?
Nobody is walking up and giving me money. My lovely girlfriend just bought me food. You should all be jealous.
Yes.
What? I said wonderful food. A beautiful, delicious looking food that I'm really jealous that I can't eat right now. I might steal a few bites. But so I like harass people to get people over to my booth. My secret sauce is saying, would you like a free sticker? And then I would give them one of these stickers right here because it's better when it's visual. So I'd say, hey, would you like a free sticker? It says free on it. And that was like the biggest draw. A lot of people like bought from me because they were just like, that was good. I'm just gonna give you my money now. But I usually use a line like, hey, if you like that, you'll probably like my stuff. And that got people over, got people talking, and sold some books.
Great. Now you were selling a couple of things. So you've got Print is Dead.
Yeah. It is. Oh wow, Floridian Slip. All right, I see. That's my rival's book. Print is Dead.
Title, fuck Elijah.
Yeah. Collection not by Elijah.
You had a couple other comics there. What were your other comics?
Yeah, I had two other ones. And they were Wand for Hire, which is about a freelancing witch, kind of like think of like the gig working Uber Eats delivery driver, but for the magic world, kind of like a handyman task rabbit. If you do the bits, take some bites. You're right. I will when it's not my time to talk. Because I'm really good at not talking when it's not my time to talk.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't at all. That was a lie. I apologize for lying. So it's like Kiki's Delivery Service meets like Brooklyn Nine-Nine is kind of how I pitch it. And it's such a I love the story. It's really fun. It's kind of like a gag of the page comic with a few like longer stories in between. But that's pretty fun. And then the other one is Z-List Hero, and it's kind of my take on the superhero genre, where it's not about the people who are saving the world. They don't have the best powers. They have really crappy powers, but it's really about like what I think means to be a hero is just, showing up every day and like trying your best and like trying to strive to be better. You can interrupt me.
Give me a second. I'm getting good night.
All right,
No, take those good nights.
Take a bite, quick.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's hot. Oh my god. You knew that. You did that on purpose.
Well, you have your expensive beer right there. So
it is top shelf beer.
It
Yeah,
is.
well, if Steven's not going to vomit all everywhere after the whiskey, I want you to.
Somebody else has to. But those are my two books that I had there, and then I released some more. But it was really cool. And it was really cool to learn like pitching and like changing my pitch on the fly. Like a lot of people weren't really interested in Z-List Hero until I just like changed it up, like the pitch, and try to describe it a little bit better. So it was cool to see like, oh, I can change my pitch and get people interested in it. So that was pretty cool for me.
So that's a hustling thing.
Yeah.
And I learned that early, and also learned how to edit, like when things are clearly not working.
Yeah.
So I usually have James and Mark laughing hysterically as my pitches go from sort of soft sell to absolutely wild to nonsensical by the last hour of the show.
Yeah.
I'm like doing the thing I was like, screwed up comics for screwed up people. I get a lot of looks. Because after a while, you just throwing whatever you can at the wall.
Yeah.
Or at the people. But I happen to really dig that part of the process. I love the meeting the people and showing them and gauging what it is that we're not laughing. Those are tears. Gauging which book to pitch them based on just a quick take-in of who they are. And Mark and James are constantly saying you're showing the wrong people Blood Valkyrie. And then mother walks up with a 13-year-old. I'm like, check this out.
Hide it under your pillow. I'll give it to you later. Just come back. That's how I was like with heavy metal when I was a kid. My family did not know about heavy metal at all.
Steven, what was your you didn't have a product that you were selling. Go for it. You were present. What were you doing? What were you doing?
Drinking. What was I doing? I was watching Ryan draw. I was like, draw faster. No, I'm kidding. I was drinking Johnny's fucking coffee. Pardon my French. And no, I was making connections. Really, what I was doing, and taking it all in. Really, that was part of my thing. I thought about, should I bring some copies of my book I Hostage? That's it's a horror book, and I think maybe next time I will do that. But hey Ryan.
Hey Ryan.
Ryan is in the chat. You missed all the good stuff we said about you, and we'll
Ryan,
only be saying bad stuff next.
They're lying. There was nothing good said. I would never lie to you.
Publicly say this. He sends us 21 pages of finished material today, and I'm going, what is this? Something's missing. Something, because I'm on script 6 now. I mean, like, and I had to go back. I'm like, and then I'm like, this isn't the last page. Oh, it's 21. I'm like, he's holding out on us. He's gonna. We have to wait till Monday to see what it looks like.
I am so glad you said something in the Discord because I hadn't gotten there yet, and you saved me the whole experience that you went through. Where's the end?
I was confused. I was like, "Wait, what's happening?" I wrote this. It was funny though.
Issue 4 has a killer car chase in it. I've been dying to see, and he knocked it out of the park. Absolutely amazing. Claudio is here. Hello. Miss anything? I don't know her. Welcome.
That was the worst dad joke. You should feel bad.
Yeah.
That was bad, and you should feel bad about it.
That's right. Where's that book? The worst dad jokes. That's in there.
Somewhere my children are rolling their eyes, and they don't even know why. So we're all writers in this room. Hold on. The Italian Stallion, I'll take it. Holding back on the money shot. That's what he's doing.
It's not very nice. Blue balls is
so
never
congratulations.
Good.
We all know that Ryan edges now. The Italian Stallion, I'm more like the one they're about to shoot because it broke its leg.
Oh no.
I'm the future of glue. Writers. So Elijah, your anthology is entirely stories written by you that you had other artists work on, that you had different artists work on. Yes. And Stephen, you're writing Dirty Living, and I'm writing Dirty Smut. So Dirty Satanic Smut. Actually, both of these stories deal with the devil. I don't know. And I just finished a short story. Maybe, I talked to my therapist today. I should have brought that up.
Maybe.
Well, I'm feeling satanic pullings. I don't know.
If we can get to writing that one-off of Icebox Annie, then we'll be dealing with the devil again. So,
all right, I'm in. Mark says you give Smut a bad name.
We need Mark on the show. He's far funnier than any of us. I feel ashamed.
That's only if we
he's great. He's great in the peanut gallery. So when you're writing, I said that in the show we'd be talking about the weird and hopefully creepy and awful habits of writers. Yeah. What are some things that you guys do when you're writing that may be shocking to someone who's not a writer or may even be and wouldn't expect that?
Well, I cannot work if I don't have like porn on in the background. So like that.
Yeah.
It's like when I eat, I need something on in the background. No,
you exclusively type one-handed is what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm pretty good at one-handed typing. It's pretty impressive. No, I've tried a lot of weird pick up weird writing habits. Like I tried editing while writing while drunk and editing while sober. Not very productive. I tried writing sober, editing drunk, even worse. So
All My Heroes is a great comic called All My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies by Ed Brubaker and Sean. Amazing. All My Heroes Have Always Been Drunkards. Hemingway, Fitzgerald, Dashiell Hammett, Raymond Chandler, Charles Bukowski. I cannot write drunk. When I write drunk, I am simply drunk.
Yeah.
And just sort of slamming my face into the keyboard. Mark says do both drunk. Then who cares if it's good? I forget words. I mean, it's awful. And I look at these guys that were just hammering out generation defining shit, and they didn't even know it. I don't know. I have no idea. That level of functioning is beyond me. I certainly don't edit drunk because I would delete the whole thing. But yeah. So that's interesting. The alcohol factor. Stephen, is there an alcohol factor for you?
I mean, I can write drunk. I can write stoned because what was it, issue 3? I threw it into the script. I'm like, I am so stoned right now. But no, I don't have a problem with that. As a matter of fact, sometimes it puts me in the mood. It relaxes my mind. I don't know. It's kind of like when I'm painting too, you know. But there's only one thing: when I smoke weed and play bass, it's like I'm Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future when his hand is turning invisible.
Well,
I'm
Michael Jackson does something like that too. So,
I'm like, okay.
Fade to white.
sorry, I apologize.
But you know, it's like I can't play, I can't feel my
Yeah.
fingers, you know. Yeah. But yeah, no, drinking doesn't. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. You're the editor, so I mean, you know.
Your shit is incomprehensible. I just wanted to feel good about yourself.
I just want to make it
we've
clear I'm not a
got-
degenerate and I do not write drunk. I am just this bad sober. That is, you know.
You are a degenerate. You just don't write drunk. My man Kenneth Beardsley is here. He is mailing out issue 2 of Weird Stories, which is freaking amazing and has a story in it by me.
And I just wrote a story for the next one for Weird
Woo!
issue 3. So I'm
very
excited.
cool. Brian is putting out a series that's so awesome. Just a breath of fresh air for those of us who miss the EC creepy, eerie era of comics. And he wrote, maybe it's just artists that can do their best work drunk or stoned. Maybe he's right. Luke says he's a morning person. Luke is a morning person. So writing while intoxicated might get me fired.
Depends who you're working for.
All right, but that's an interesting point, though.
Yeah.
So many of my heroes were from a different era.
Mm.
When people kept booze in their desks,
Yeah.
or right on a bar, you walked in at 9 a.m, gave someone a whiskey, smoking cigarettes and drinking whiskey in your office. I mean, that honestly is kind of what I hope heaven is. That sounds great, but all that time is gone. That's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Thank you, and thank you, writers. Kenneth Beardsley said.
You should talk to one of my the guys I used to work at a sales desk. Literally, this what wasn't even like the 1980s, like a few years ago. He would start his morning by just pouring whiskey into his coffee, and I'm like, where are we in Mad Men right now? What is happening? What is going on? Why are you doing this?
I mean, in
Nothing wrong
reality,
with that.
But he was the best at his job, by the way. He closed like every call, so functioning alcoholic, I guess.
in reality, though, getting up in the morning, making a really strong cup of coffee, sitting down with my laptop and writing early in the morning is where I want to be. It's where my mind is fresh.
Yeah.
I got to be alone. I can't write when people are around me making it's just too distracted. And that's a Stephen King thing that I picked up on a long time. He's like, shut yourself in a room and write for yourself. And it also helps you too if you're sitting there going, he moved up the stairway and blah blah blah, and he went to the Frosty Nugget. I mean, I like to get into the dialogue. That's where I start. Yeah. I can picture the scene all around me, but I'm doing the dialogue and I'm writing the dialogue down. I'll do the panels later, but I need that dialogue, and then I'm then I'm off and running.
That's so interesting, Elijah. Is that how you write a comic?
I kind of write. So I do, my process is, nobody likes to hear the process, but I'll tell you anyways. I write the outline, or first I start writing just like a dump of things that I would like to happen in this story. If that's scenes, dialogue, just interesting things that could happen. And then I kind of put that into an outline, and then I just start writing. And I try to follow the outline, but if it brings me some other way, then I follow that, because you don't really know the characters until they're kind of, acting, and you kind of can predict
dialogue. You got to hear them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
For me.
You have no idea who the character is until you hear them, which is like very woo woo. But, I think that's just kind of how I have to follow it. And then I finish it. I put it in a drawer. I think I picked this up from Stephen King. I put it in a drawer. I come back to it, and then I tear it apart, and do that until I was going to say until I don't hate myself, but that's like a progressive thing, and I'm working on that. But it's I don't think I'll ever be happy with anything I write, but just to a point where it's like, this is good enough. I'm not embarrassed to show anybody that much.
Right.
So
yeah, it's kind of like a mind dump. You get everything out, you put it off to the side, let it breathe, and come back to it, and then go through it and try to be your best critic as you can.
No, he's not. He's an awful writer. He got lucky. He got lucky in the 80s.
Hey, he started off as a drunk and a cokehead, so I mean,
you know what? Good point.
So
best work.
I took a lot of my tips from one of my heroes, Ray Bradbury, and he said the same thing. He said, "Put it in a drawer."
Yeah.
And I do this. I just wrote 2 novels back to back because the second one actually came out of a Comic Jam prompt.
Oh, wow.
That I had no idea what to do with it as a comic, and it came to me as a novel.
Yeah.
So I put the one novel away. I finished it, did a couple of drafts, put it away, wrote the next one, and then put it away and went back to the other. And now I'm back to the next. And I'm just keeping it fresh. Warhol said, "Kill your darlings," and you can't do that if you've just been with them.
Yeah, sure.
And so that I learned from Bradbury, and King talks about that as well. Total silence. I'm with you. No distractions. Now I'm a night owl, but having children altered that a little bit. I still stay up late, but I have no creativity left in me.
Yeah.
Right.
So the thing I discovered is I get the kids on the bus and I'm awake.
Yeah.
And now it's like 8:30. Yeah. So I'll go on I started writing on my front porch. I set up the keyboard where the 2 railings meet, and a cup of iced coffee or hot coffee, depending on the weather. And I write, and a cigar if nobody is around to yell at me.
Mm-hmm. Just imagine me behind you, always yelling at you, by the way. So I want you to live for a long time so I can harass you constantly on this podcast.
Kenneth said, "I'm drunk. I heard altered children." If only we had that power. You want to do the dishes.
There will be some altered children in the upcoming issues of Dirty Living.
Ooh. Yeah, we do it.
Altered.
Luke says you wear Uncle Eddie robe while you're doing it, don't you? Yes.
Sugar was full.
Puts his novel in the drawer, walks away, gets drunk, comes back, writes away, puts it away, walks away, drinks, repeats.
Yeah. I only write while I'm drunk.
So do you have any other weird picadillos when you're writing, or things that you absolutely need, particularly bizarre?
So I don't think I don't really do anything weird. I'm perfect. So like whatever. But no, something that I did that really like got me shitters full. God damn it. Was something that really got me into like always writing every day is for a video on my channel I followed Seinfeld's productivity routine, and it's basically write every day for like 15 minutes and work your way up to an hour. And that just felt really good to build that habit. And now it's like, it just become a part of my routine where I always write for at least an hour. Like the first thing as soon as I wake up, I go sit down, and it could be writing a story, editing, ideating, or just journaling, just anything to get the juices flowing. And that's been like really great. And something that really changed, I'm glad I did it. And I tell every new writer this is if you write for 1 hour a day, every day, that's basically, I think it was 40 days of like a full-time job working on your story. And so many people say like, I wish I just had like a month to work on my thing. It's like, you don't have to do it all at once. If you do, imagine just like being able to do your passion for 8 hours a day. And breaking it up like that is you can just do so much in so little time. And I didn't realize it until, I did math. So
you're ahead of me. I can't do math.
Me either. I went to art school. And I dropped out. So I don't know if I should be qualified.
Art school dropout.
I'm a real rebel.
There's a song right there.
Right? Now I want it to be like a surf song.
Can you put it in as an Easter egg for Dirty Living? Maybe like on the radio in the background or something. He's waking up.
Now I owe all these people. There was a girl at TERRIFICON. Her name was Nadia.
Yeah.
And I think she looked at the penises on page 9 and said, Oh, that's and I said, well, I'll include you in Dirty Living in the next issue. So I got to put a Nadia in there some way, but I haven't. So
Hey,
You can have
put it into the
Nadia in the
song.
background at a club. Yeah,
yeah, that's the Frosty Nugget. And Nadia is up on the pole at the Frosty Nugget.
Maybe
Sorry,
if you
Nadia, wherever you are. Oh,
she's
shit.
a mother of
The
5,
Frosty
Steven. Jesus.
One of the to kind of jump on what you were saying.
How do you think she's feeding all of them, Elijah? Sorry,
Very true. I'm very sex positive. Everybody else towards me is very sex negative, but I'm sex positive.
Oh shit. Yeah, to jump on one thing you were saying though about writing and like I try to write as much as possible in a day, but you know, of course things jump in the way, get in the way.
Yeah.
But even sometimes when it's like I think it was June, I had a real hard time in June this year. I don't know, I had this brain fog, and I'm like, well, I have to write. I have to just write. So I did. And you know, it was like I was powering through, and even though it was almost like I wasn't getting too far, I still did it. So I stayed true to writing every day. And that's the best thing you can do, you know, even if it's not as much as you write 4,000 words in a day or whatever it may be, you know, but as long as you're still doing your thing, you know.
I wrote.
Oh, go ahead.
Elijah.
No, you
go
go
ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. I wrote 3 novels before I got married. And then I was overwhelmed by being married. Not that it was anything bad. The change in my life. And I told myself that I was a night owl. But we were hanging out at night. And so sometimes I'd stay up and my writing productivity just collapsed. Then I finally got back into it. I was 400 pages into a novel and my computer crashed. And I never went back to it because I didn't want to find out what I'd lost. So then a couple of maybe I guess like 10 years ago now, I discovered comic writing, and it got me writing again, everything. Short stories, novels. There was something about that activity of writing the comic that got me just fiending for words again. And it was incredible. But the key is that I had to tell myself, all right, you're a night owl, whatever, but you can write anytime. And if you got a minute, fucking grab it.
Yeah.
And take it and write. Right before this show, my kids were all on screens, and I could have engaged with them for something deeper, but instead I let them do that, and I went and wrote.
Instead, I was an awful father, and I indulged in my. No, it's good.
I was smoking crack in the background rather than engaging with them. I can smoke crack while writing. I didn't mention that.
Oh,
crack is totally fun. It is oddly not whack at all.
That's how they did it at SNL, and that was their best stuff ever. So
that's true. Luke says I get to write for maybe 30 minutes a day during my lunch, which is why I do so much outlining. Can't waste time.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, I used to write at lunch when I'd take my laptop to a cemetery right around the corner from my work, and I would sit in the cemetery. Best place to write, and nice and quiet, and you get all that stuff going on around you. And yeah, that's, you know, I got in writing time.
Well, wait a minute. There shouldn't be a lot of stuff going on around you.
That's he sees dead people. That's the twist.
There's a lot of energy. Trust me, there's a lot of energy.
The tragedies and triumphs of Christian and Mateo, Oscar-winning movies.
I did have,
one guy named Oscar would like it.
I did have a vision of your wife looking for you, and she's like, "Where is he?" And you're like guilty, you know, kind of guilty in the corner somewhere in the barn with your laptop, and she finds you at like you're doing something devilishly wrong, and you're like,
yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Like, you know how smokers always smoke in the bathroom
Right?
with like the air conditioner on. He's like in the tub with the shower closed.
How Hunter S. Thompson. So, Stephen, what else? What other things do you do when writing? Or is there something that motivates you? You talk about wanting to write every day, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever need that push? And what is it that motivates you?
The voices in my head.
Good.
No, seriously, I have so much going on all the time. Lots of story ideas, lots of different things. I have, good thing I have the phone. I'm always talking into it, saying, "Oh, story idea for this." I got so many story ideas. A little bit of what I've been doing lately is going back to old stories. I got like 15 novels that I've written. I that's why I went back to a novel I wrote in 2016. I went through it all, edited it. I self-published it last year. That's I Hostage. And I need to go back and do more. But until I took an early retirement from Bose, I didn't have the time to do it. Now I do. So, but it's kind of what I've been doing. But I got all these other ideas. And the only problem is I want Ryan to do all the illustration, but it's like I gotta like clone him. So
this is what happened. This is me and James, is that I can write so much more than he can draw. Then as a writer, I always, he hates this analogy, but the writer is like the man who can impregnate 15 women in a day. Not anymore. I'm old. But the artist is stuck for 9 months.
Seriously, you guys got to start finding other artists. I recommend r/comic book collabs on Reddit. Some amazing artists on there. That's how I find a lot of my stuff. Got to sort through some scams, but just like really, really talented people out there. It's
what is
really
it again?
Cool. r/comic book collab.
Okay.
And
pretty
much everybody from Print Is Not Dead was from that subreddit.
Cool. Oh, that's huge. And I mean that's for writers. That's a huge tip. Because we're sitting there, we did it. We wrote a comic, but it's not a fucking comic until it's drawn. Yeah. And I can't do that. I wish I could, but I can't draw for shit. Steven is an incredible artist, but his art is not comic style.
Right.
But I can't do anything artistic at all.
What do you think stops you, Steven, from doing it's not comic art from doing art? I mean, I feel like heavy metal, for example, those were all traditional artists, never really doing actual comic art. And I feel like that's some of the best stuff that's ever come out is from more traditional artists. Is there any apprehension just because of the style or?
It's probably, honestly, that's an awesome question. It's probably something in my brain that stops me, but I know I've tried, like, it's just like the whole, like the actual body, like getting the details correct. In my mind, I want to get it right. And I've tried, trust me, I tried it, early on when I had the idea for, doing Dirty Living. I'm like, can I draw this? And, I mean, it was coming out like Charlie Brown. And I was just like, no, not that Charlie Brown's bad, but it's like, I just am not there. Now, could I do a children's book, like one of those, Dog Man or something like that? I could do something like,
yeah.
But awesome question, man. That's.
I gotta say though, as a bonus, when we go to print with Dirty Living, which I'm not going to say too much about.
You got to do a page.
As a bonus, I want the first issue redone by you in the Peanut style. I think that'd be the funniest fucking thing. All the same horrific events. But I'm imagining the stripper dancing like that kid dances. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
I'm just little feet going
Big Pen.
So I really, I really wanted to do a kind of like a horror story disguised as like a childhood book, like a Dog Man type art style, where it's just like it looks so cute, but it's like the most horrific shit. ever, like they're like people like murders, whatever. Just because I think that contradiction is really, really funny between like horror and children.
Puts
Style.
out an incredible series called Crit One. Says, if the Crit One holiday songbook tells me anything, Charlie Brown can be absolutely dark and gritty.
Yeah.
You know, there is something, and I do a lot of it in my writing. I love having terrible things happen in beautiful places. There is something about that perverting of something that should be wholesome and good that is extra evil and extra dark, which I think is a response to reality where we see that so damn often.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need silence. I need chill time in order to come up with these really, really creepy ideas. And it's interesting that all of us here, Elijah, you're not quite as dark as Stephen and I are all the time. You're clearly as dark as a human.
Oh yeah, I'm
yeah.
such a degenerate.
But you are able to write stuff that, you know, I just wrote my first children's comic, which is someone I'm hoping is going to do it with me. I'm not going to say that person's name, but I'm really psyched.
It's Steven.
And
he's finally getting
Steven, yeah. But
and good
writing
thing because I don't have to draw penises. So
wait, should that not be in,
that shouldn't have been the kids' book.
I edited that right out. It's like a Ken doll.
Curtailing my darkest impulses, because it's a kid's adventure story, and there's a villain, and curtailing my darkest impulses. I'm like, you know what would be awesome here? Oh no, pull that back. That was a hell of a thing. Hold on, there is someone that reproduces Garfield comics without Garfield. It's just John. I've seen that, and it is freaking hysterical. It's just John as a schizophrenic. Absolutely brilliant.
That's amazing. You know, I do like, I don't know, I do like wish I could do more of like an Alan Moore thing, but I really like grew up with like blockbusters, and that's kind of the stuff that I like. Like I just want like entertaining stories that are kind of big or larger than life or kind of like personal and character growth or whatever. I just don't gravitate. I guess I do like dark and gritty. Like my first book, Something in the Water, was pretty horror, and I do enjoy writing horror. But I don't know. They're both very fun to like challenge myself to be not as dark, because I think it's easier to be gross than it is to be wholesome.
You know, that's my big issue with the Oscars is that they don't they don't let comedy movies be up for Best Picture. I think it's so much easier to make someone laugh than it is to make them cry. So much harder, to make someone laugh than it is to make them cry.
Especially on purpose.
Yeah, we're all sad all the time, but to different senses of humor, and that many people laugh.
Yeah,
and it is easier to be dirty than wholesome. I agree completely. Elijah, you have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's the it's
Elijah
Joseph Books at gmail.com. Reach out to me. Say hello. I'll send it to you personally. Elijah Joseph Books is Elijah Joseph is the YouTube channel. Yeah, so I've getting back into videos. I've been doing I've done it for like most of my life, like 15 years. And you know, I was a professional YouTuber, and I kind of just like went back into like I got into marketing and stuff, and I just really enjoy making videos again. And I'm, you know, kind of using it as a marketing vehicle to sell comics. But to write like Alan Moore, you need longer hair, large beard, and talk a thick English accent, then do drugs. Well, I did the last one, so I'm growing out my hair, can't grow a beard, so I think I'm fucked there. But
and you need to write in all caps. All the time.
Plus,
what a beautiful. He's always shouting. Plus, worship of today.
I don't know. Have you ever read his scripts?
Yeah, I have.
I mean, they're lengthy. I get it though. As a writer, when I first started doing comics, I was lengthy in you know what I was saying. And Ryan's like, dude, just
when I was younger, I was lengthy. Oh, sorry, go on.
He's like, just get to the point, cut out some of the stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I just like to really set the scene, you know. But when I read Alan Moore's stuff, I'm like, it's all caps, and it's just like just long and.
You got to read the script for From Hell.
Mm.
Eddie Campbell. All right, let me say this. Alan Moore is one of my writing heroes. I think the man is. I think it's From Hell is frankly should be taught with Charles Dickens. It's fucking literature. But Eddie Campbell is a saint. That script is a fucking textbook.
Jesus.
I mean, holy shit. Moore is too smart for the room. Mark says also hate everything.
I'm too joyous, unfortunately.
Claudio joked, I'll do living, well, maybe not. I'll do dirty living in Peanut style. I've got to tell you something about Claudio. Claudio is one of the most incredibly versatile artists I've ever seen. It has been an honor to work with him. We've come up with a character named Mother Freud together that we're having just a ton of fun with. But he has, and we just submitted to an anthology, a Lovecraftian story that if it doesn't get accepted or if it does, I don't give a shit. I want him to draw it because I want to see it in his style. He has all these different styles, and he discerns between them based on what the script is like. If you're looking for a comic artist, I cannot recommend Claudio Gerardo enough to you. What an incredible, brilliant, wonderful man, and an amazing talent. Stephen,
yeah,
issue 4 is coming out of Dirty Living on October 6th. What can we look forward to?
What can I talk about? You can look forward to more information on Blood Rush, some new characters, a wild adventure ride that you're just going to be blown away by this adventure ride by Tommy Boy, who has been a very small character at the very beginning of issue 1. And we get to find out what exactly happened to him. And for me, it was one of my favorite things to write way back in the day when I first started writing this. It was, Tommy Boy goes on a ride. But that whole thing kind of goes to an incident I had in Boston on the Tobin Bridge. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So some of it may be true.
Quiet, the statute of limitations.
It was a long time ago. That's about it.
I love that you started your hyped pitch with "you'll be getting more information on," but you went great from there. The most corporate opening. Well, in issue 4, there'll be more information and data.
There's gonna be more tits and dicks. That's all you need to say.
That's right.
I think more information on tits and dicks. This issue is so fucking good. It's got, if you look at the newsletter, if you didn't unsubscribe, if you look at the newsletter that I sent out today with an interview with Ryan Santos, the artist on Dirty Living, the incredible artist on Dirty Living, you'll see without his permission at all, I included a pencil drawing or ink drawing that he did of one of the scenarios, which is just trippy as fuck and totally badass. Just really, really, really cool. Folks, Elijah Joseph, heycomics.com, HEYY. I don't know.
2 Y's. I don't know why either. Don't ask me.
Stephen Beccia. Stephen, where's the best place to find you? People want to get to you right now. Where do they go?
Right here. You can go to sjbeccia.com, BECCIA. That's my website. I will be having a brand new writing page on there. Other than that, you can just Google my name. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook.
And FBI watch list.
Apparently.
All kidding aside, go to Stephen Beccia's website right now. Well, wait a minute. But you want to see his art. His art is so freaking cool. It is absolutely beautiful stuff.
Thank you.
Totally out there and beautifully put together. I'm impressed every time I see a piece that Stephen has done.
Thank you.
Elijah's print is not dead, which ironically just went out digitally.
I love the irony. It is beautiful.
Why? Because shut the fuck up. That's why.
Wait, I like that. Let's quote that, put it in print. or
Indige
Or
on the
digital.
screen.
indige. That's the new words. Indige.
Indige.
Elijah, I just want to point out tonight is the only example I've ever had in my life of someone using the word ideating actually in a conversation. So I want to give you bonus points for that.
Now,
That
every
was
time I come on, I'm going to have to do a new vocab word. God damn it.
absolutely 10,000. This is like whose line is it anyway? 10,000 bonus points.
And the
I
points
love the
keep
word
adding.
ideating. It makes me feel smart.
Yes, but can he draw a Ninja Turtle as well as you? No one can draw a ninja. That's literally. So there's some block in my brain because I can draw Ninja Turtles really well, but nothing else. So I don't know why that. And the Van Halen logo because I'm fucking old. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Elijah Joseph and Stephen Beccia. Go check out their shit. Look at everything they're doing. These are two of them. Not only are they incredible, wonderful personalities. I had so much fun tonight talking to you guys. Incredible personalities, wonderful people. And but they are just stunning writers. They're working with incredible artists and they're making killer comics. Go to fugitivepoems.com. Get your fucking subscription to Dirty Living. You don't know what you're missing right now. And you can find out literally instantly. $2.99 every 3 months. But for the first $2.99, you get issues 1 through 3 instantly on your computer. You can have it just like that. And then issue 4 will follow on October 6th. Issue 5 and 6 are written. They're amazing. Dirty Living is one of the weirdest, wildest noir horror rides you'll ever have. And it's funny as fuck. Everyone's like, oh, you made a horror comic. I'm like, this is funny as hell. And read the interview with Ryan Santos in the newsletter. If you're not in the newsletter, go to fugitivepoems.com and sign up for an account, and you'll be you'll get that. So check out Elijah Joseph's Prince Not Dead, Stephen Beccia's Dirty Living, fugitivepoems.com, Christian DeMatteo, making dirty shit that's badass as fuck. You talked about Heavy Metal Magazine. This absolutely would fit in there or be too shocking for them. You can get that at fugitivepoems.com. Elijah, Stephen, thank you.
Thank you.
I had this was just an awesome hang. Thank you so much.
Great.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Well, we will definitely do it again. I'm Christian DeMatteo. We are Fugitive Poems, and we make comics.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye. See you. Never again.